Hi, Tamal. Welcome to the Business Standard Banking Show. Today, we are discussing what you termed as the great banking rescue of a real estate project. We're talking about the Amrapali Group's project in Noida, which has got the backing of lenders, the RBI, and everybody's Supreme Court, of course, who have taken upon this unique experiment. So, the first thing I want to ask you is why this particular project has been chosen for this unique experiment.
I wish I had the answer. So this is a simple case where it's a rogue promoter, the real estate dealer, who branched out into different things, including making films and diverted funds. CBI arrested him, so the project was in the lurch. So the one particular bank, Bank of Baroda, moved for insolvency. And then thousands of borrowers, they moved court, seeking some kind of relief because they have put in their hard-earned money. And that's how the Supreme Court stepped in. So I can't think of any other instances where the borrowers, the home buyers actually moved court, and that's how it happened. So it's not that banks wanted to experiment with it. It happened this way. So once this borrowers moved the court, then the Supreme Court stepped in, and there it comes, the real story comes. It's a unique case. Supreme Court took the responsibility of ensuring that indeed this project should be completed and the home buyer should get their homes. So what did Supreme Court do? Supreme Court first appointed a receiver and gave the power to the receiver, who is now currently the Attorney General of India. He is the receiver. Supreme Court also passed on all the lease from the Noida authorities to the receiver and told the receiver that you do whatever you want. And it didn't stop there in the process. Reserve Bank of India also stepped in, because why would banks, typically what happens, you will find many such unfinished projects. You and me, when you're looking for a home, normally we are very circumspect about going for an under construction home, a flat, because there is no possibility. There definitely would be, most of the cases, cost overrun, time overrun, and in some cases you never get back your flat. This is one such case. Now, for completion of that, you need more money. Now, why would banks give more money? Tell me. Well, who would like to throw good money after bad money? So then the Reserve Bank of India also stepped in. What RBI said, that you would not need to define this particular exposure as bad exposure or NPA, which means bank did not need to treat them as bad loan and did not have to provide for it. So that was a safety valve for the bank. And secondly, Reserve Bank of India also allowed this particular exposure to be a part of priority sector lending, the so-called priority sector lending. As you know, for every 100 rupee a bank lends, 40 rupee needs to go priority, which is to the weaker sections, low-cost housing. It's a very dynamic definition. It changes. Bankers did ask for a government guarantee also, but the government did not give it. But between Supreme Court and Reserve Bank of India, made sure that the bankers feel comfortable. Having said that, private banks did not participate. It's only the public sector bank led by Bank of Baroda. 1,500 crore they committed, and that's what happened. I mean, people are getting, I think 40-odd thousand units, and quite a few thousand units have already been handed over to the home buyers.
You have said that the banks will certainly get back their money. How are they going to get back their money? Can you explain us a little bit?
No, what Supreme Court did, Supreme Court did a receiver, appointed a receiver, and also a trust created, the Aspire Trust. Now, an NBCC was roped in to oversee the completion of the construction. So this is the logistic thing. Now, how would banks get back the money? The banks would get back the money because the home buyers, they did not pay their entire, they did not, once they get their home, so they are all, I don't know exactly, but there are part payments were done and some part was still left. So that money would come to the banks. And there's a twist in the tail. The banks have found that many, I can't say in percentage term how many, but quite substantial number of flats are actually booked benami. In the sense, the promoter, the promoters book the flat under different names. Now there is no taker for the bank. for these flats. So which means what? These flats can be independently sold and the money would be generated. And the Supreme Court have ensured that, because banks were still, one step forward, two step backward. How would I give the money? Because I don't have any collateral. The collateral was lying with the Noida authorities. So there are a series of Supreme Court judgments, and one such judgment in 2022 allowed the receiver to pass on this lease from the Noida authority to the banks, which means the banks are holding all the flats and land, everything as collateral. And as the flow of money comes from the buyers, banks will get back their money.
Do you see this opening the possibility of more such rescues?
Absolutely. I think it's a landmark case. I would like to believe that. And and this is, as I said, it's a win-win for them, win for the home buyers as well as for the banks. Banks are not losing any money. I am aware of quite a fair number of projects in different parts of India, which is just like abandoned, not been completed. Now, unlike any other projects, here you see the assets are there. There are assets. It's not that there is no assets. So, which means you need to have a fresh fund flow to make it happen.
That's a great precedent that has been set by the Supreme Court. And some of the things that have helped, I think, from the bank side is that the Supreme Court has said it need not be defined as NPA, and the priority sector lending definition, etc., that has worked. I hope that we will see more such rescues, especially from the point of view of home buyers. It's such a great news. Thank you so much, Tamal, for delving into this topic. A lot of viewer interest in it. Thank you for joining, and we will see you next week again.
Thanks, Ichika. Thank you.
If you like this video, share it and subscribe to Business Standard. For more news, views and insights, log on to www.business-standard.com. Do also follow us on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Telegram and LinkedIn.
I am the blue of the limitless sky. I am the inspiration that led success soar high. I will achieve, I will fly high. I am the I in SBI.
I'm backed by the nation's trusted bank, SBI, the banker to every Indian.